and Dave. Crap, I did the switch thing there for a second. I had to think about it.
Got you off guard, Dave.
Well, it's midnight, so yeah, you did.
Technically, it's not.
I'm actually halfway tempted to order some dark tea tonight.
I don't care. Anyway.
Yeah, this is our Dark Souls 2 review!
I finally finished the game!
Like, literally, he pre-purchased the game and didn't finish it until about a couple weeks ago.
Because I have this thing with Souls games where I want my first playthrough to be with Dave, since that's like my first impression of Dark Souls. So it's more fun that way for me. And he kept on not wanting to do it.
That's right, because I got you into Dark Souls.
Yeah, you did. So it's kind of like one of those things where it just feels right doing the whole playthrough with Dave first.
How'd that happen, by the way?
Well, you bought me Dark Souls after you played it on the Xbox.
That's right.
And then we did our first playthrough together, and that was like one of those bonding moments where I didn't murder you.
That's sad.
It's more fun to do my first playthrough like that, just because, you know, it's how I was introduced in the Souls series, and I really enjoyed playing it like that for the first one. After that, I'm going to do a bunch of different playthroughs of it now.
Yeah, he plays the crap out of it. Way more. I play a crap ton of Souls, and he plays way more than I do, so...
Well, I was say, when it comes to Dark Souls, I think I'm better at Dark Souls than you're better at Dark Souls 2.
Well, I think I'm, in some ways, better at Dark Souls 1.
Like not until you've gone to the level I've gone to, Dave.
PvP, I'm probably...
Well, PvP. I suck at PvP. I'm a Dark Moonblade, Dave. Come on! What do you expect? I never get to invade!
Anyway, for this review, we'll be using the same set of reviews we used for me and Eclair during the Fallout 4 review, which, by the way...
games from here on out.
Yes, this is our new standard.
When are we going to do Dark Souls 1?
We should do that eventually.
Yeah, someday.
During your 6 weeks... We create a list of games we've all both played and...
Do our reviews for.
We should actually do that. We should really do that. Anyway, so number one, number one. Is the game as advertised before it was released?
Yes and no.
Pretty much, but, you know, just as advertising goes, it was advertised like a Souls game.
Very vaguely and not much detail given.
So, you know, that's fine, but you're going to hear this over and over again during the review. It's a good Dark Souls game, but it's not as good as Dark Souls 1.
And the thing is, the way they advertised it, you know, you think you got the gist of it, and then they throw Scholar of the First Sin in your face and change everything, and it's just frustrating.
So yeah, the whole Scholar of the First Sin thing and all that other stuff was kind of frustrating.
Kind of?
Yeah, a little frustrating. He basically had to get a new version to play with certain people, and it was really stupid.
Yeah, it was really stupid. But, that being said, I gave it an 8 out of 10.
I gave it a 9 out of 10 for Is it as advertised? Yes, because it's
pretty much just a little bit of lying in there.
Just a 1%, like, you know, a 1 point of lying, or 2 points in Gabe's case. So yeah, I gave it a 9. He gave it an 8. So yeah, next up, number 2 is graphics and art. You go ahead and go first.
I'm just gonna go out there and say I gave it a 7 out of 10. And the reason why is it just didn't feel like a Souls game with those kinds of graphics. Like, you play Dark Souls, I've even seen playthroughs of Bloodborne and stuff like that. They look like they feel. You know, it's one of those desperate, dire needs, the world's coming to an end, blah, 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 doom and gloom, crap like that, and you have to go on this huge quest. Dark Souls 2 did not look that way. And while the graphics were great, I mean, the graphics were really high quality without ruining your machine, which is really cool. Mm-hmm. You know, while the graphics were astoundingly well done, it just felt out of place. So for me, that's a big kick in the dick right there. So I dropped...
You didn't say punch in the dick.
Yeah, well, kick is worse, Dave.
I dropped it. Punching you.
This is true. Rocky Balboa. This is a 3-point drop for me, though, that it just didn't feel right.
For me, I gave it a 9 out of 10 because, you know, I get what Gabe is saying about the feeling and whatnot, but I generally just don't give a crap about graphics. I mean, like, generally. There's some cases where I immediately play a game and, like, good God, I have to stop because the graphics are just so whatever.
Well, for me, it's not about the fidelity of the graphics. Again, the graphics were beautiful. They were well done. It's about how they fit in.
Well, that's what I was going to say. I thought they fit in very well because you know, my biggest gripe, I'll go to a different game, let's say Empire Total War. I can't stand that game. Not because the graphics don't look good, just because of the color palette they use and the way the UI looks. I hate it. I'm a huge Total War fan. I refuse to play Empire Total War.
Without mods.
I can't find a good UI mod for that game.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I thought they looked really good. I actually liked the way they did the menu and everything over. So yeah, I thought it was really good. I gave it a 10 out of 10, mainly because my computer didn't die when running those graphics.
You gave it a 9.
No, I gave it a 10 out of 10.
No, you said 9 at first.
I have to make sure Yeah, anyway. I gave it a 9 out of 10. Or 10 out of 10, God.
Make up your mind, Dave.
Anyway, sound is next. You go ahead and take that away.
I give it a 10 because I thought it just worked. I pulled Todd Howard.
You can't just pull Todd Howard. This is not a Bethesda game. It's a From game, brah.
Well, to me, the sounds were great. I mean, they just played well into the game. I'm not sure what else I can say. Like, some of them were from Dark Souls 1, sure, but it doesn't matter. They didn't sound boring. And the music was great.
The music was really good.
I love the music. I love a lot of game music. The music was amazing. The sounds were amazing. I pretty much just love the hell out of the sounds. And I would listen to them on repeat, as ambient noise in my house in the middle of the night without the power on.
That makes sense. I gave it an 8 out of 10 for sounds.
This is Dave, folks.
Because, granted, they are really good. The music is great. The sounds that are in the game are awesome. I'm giving it an 8 out of 10 because certain weapons have the same noises, and that bugs me.
Dave likes all his weapons to have unique sounds tag on it. Get to it, from South. The watch color the first and have different sounds.
That really pissed me off. So yeah, I just gave it an 8 out of 10. Really good. I just wish some of the weapons didn't all sound like the Claymore. So
they are the Claymore.
That's that. Number 4 is story and lore.
Number 4, it's story and lore.
Da da da.
Good song, folks.
There's not really too much you can say about a Souls game when it comes to story and lore. You go ahead and...
Well, I'm going to go out there and say, give it a 10 out of 10. And I don't even pay too much attention to the story in a Souls game. Even though, I look into it, look it up, and the lore is amazing in the Souls games. If you haven't looked at the lore, look into it. I'm not going to spoil anything. But Dark Souls 2 is just like Dark Souls when it comes to the story. It's not up in your face. It's not thrown at you. It's not forced down your throat. It's not something that constantly calls out to you, but you can go and read the item descriptions, you can talk to NPCs, you get bits and pieces of it, you can piece it together. And I really like the way they did that. I think they did a great job on doing it like that. And while the story itself might not be like mega impressive, blockbuster, huge hit film worthy, it's still a really good story. And, they told it in a great way where you can pay attention to it when you want to, and when you don't want to, you don't have to. I think when game makers manage to do that, where it's kind of like passive storytelling, that it just makes the game infinitely better.
It does, yeah. Okay. Yeah, for me, story and lore, I gave it a 9 out of 10.
Because he's really bored. You can tell by the on.
Well, it's really freaking late. I worked a long day today.
Shut up.
Yeah, for the most part, I agree with 100% with Gabe. But it's actually one thing I've always not liked about the Souls games was the fact that the story is so subdued. Like, you could play through the whole game and not know a single thing about the story. Which I kinda like and I kinda don't. That's
what the hell's going on?
Yeah, like that. I'll give it a 9 out of 10. Just... on occasion, I don't like to read the items descriptions.
Well, the lady does, walk you through things.
Shut the hell up. Yeah. Anyway, gameplay. Go ahead.
9 out of 10. Gameplay was pretty solid. There were a few things I didn't like. Adaptability. And another thing they threw in there that you have to add more souls to.
Soul memory!
And then soul memory, I didn't like that either. So all these different things they threw in there were kind of annoying. I don't have to throw souls into different things when I want to keep my character, at a certain level and still be able to do things.
Again, they should have had a soul bank.
They should have had a soul bank, too. Because, reasons. Dave wants a soul bank. But...
Soul bank would be... I think a soul bank for soul memory.
Something like that.
Like, that would be good.
But, I liked the game for the most part. It felt like a Dark Souls game. It just didn't work out so well in some features they put in, and I think it was kind of stupid they put them in. Like being invaded when you're hollow and the boss has been defeated. What the hell, FromSoft?
That actually I didn't care about.
Well, like, if I want to farm the freaking Iron Keep without being invaded, I want to farm the Iron Keep without being invaded. I have gone there as a hollow after I defeated the boss and get invaded the instant I teleport there. You're supposed to be at the bottom of the invasion list at that point. Was it the only other person there?
Well, Dark Souls 2 hardly has anyone playing it at this point.
And Dark Souls 1 has more people playing it than Dark Souls 2 does.
So yeah, I gave we're on gameplay, right?
Yeah.
I gave it an 8 out of 10. Just because pretty much everything Gabe just said. For the most part, it's a Souls game. It just has a couple things I really didn't like the soul memory and the stuff like that. So pretty much just the same. The number 6, controls. Okay.
Why FromSoft?
I'll go on this. The controls, if you're using a keyboard, are better than Dark Souls 1.
Yeah.
They're a lot better. Granted, no one plays using the keyboard.
That's not true. There's that one guy out there who beat the game with the keyboard.
There's Loki. Remember Loki?
Yeah, well, Loki plays.
Loki plays with the keyboard.
Loki hates himself, though.
Yeah, if you hate yourself, you play with the keyboard. Hate yourself more than just playing Dark Souls.
Yeah, really.
But let's talk about the big thing, and that is jumping.
Seriously, FromSoft? Seriously? The same stick I'm using to freaking move?
Yeah, I hated that. I absolutely hate when games come out in the same generation console and then use supposedly the same thing and they change one button. If you didn't know, in Dark Souls 1, jumping was you held down B to run and then you double tapped it really quick and you jumped.
Well, you just tap it real fast.
Well, yeah, you just tap it. And some really, really stupid people were complaining that, that should be changed.
I don't like when it's on the same generation console and they change controls, period. The controls should have stayed the freaking same.
That's what I mean. So yeah, they changed it to indent. Was it on the left stick?
Yeah, it was on the left stick. Now, granted, we didn't know this until I found it out, 3 weeks ago, that you could change it back to B.
No, I don't think that was a feature when the game first came out. I think
it may have been. We just didn't notice it. I think we tried it first.
Because I think the first thing I did, because I watched a Let's Play before I bought it, and I already knew of the travesty that had occurred, that the first thing I did was I looked it up, and there wasn't a way to change it at that time. So it must be something they added with the Scholar of the First Sin update.
But yeah, FromSoft, what the freaking hell. Dark Souls 3 better not be some crazy left trigger plus right trigger plus indent both sticks, throw the controller at the wall of the jump. While shaking your booty. You're gonna need a booty detector for this thing, man.
Anyway, I gave controls a 7 out of 10.
So did I. Shove it up your FromSoft.
Number 7, character development. We can get through this one really fast. It's Dark Souls, 10 out of 10.
I gave it a 9 out of 10. I'm not entirely sure
what the hell happened.
Yeah, no, I guess because it allows you freedom to be whoever you want, and you can use Soul Vessel to change yourself. But at the same time, there's no real developing your character morally or anything like that.
Not like Mass Effect or anything like that.
Yeah. So it's there. It's just really minimalistic. So of course, it's not going to get a full score. That was easy. Yeah,
I didn't feel like thinking about it, so I gave it a 10 out of 10. Number 8, replayability. That's also really easy. It's a 10 out of 10.
It's a 10. It's Dark Souls. You can replay that thing until your hands fall off, your eyeballs melt, and nukes hit the ground.
You're good. 9 out of 9 is game freedom.
Obviously,
10 out of 10.
It's a 10. Yeah. With what they give you, you're allowed to go everywhere. There isn't a single off-limits area that comes to mind.
Well, there's locked areas, but you have to unlock.
Yeah, you can unlock them. And of course, there's areas you go and you die. But for the ground that you're allowed to walk around on, it's pretty easy, pretty open, pretty free. Mm-hmm. Free. You don't have to do bosses in a specific order if you don't really want to.
So yeah, game freedom for what it is, 10 out of 10. And of course, the very last one is engine and bugs.
There were bugs in the game?
No.
Oh, that's right. There were. Hey, Bethesda! You should pay attention to what FromSoft does. I haven't had a single bug playing any Dark Souls games ever.
So yeah,
any Souls game.
I wonder if it's really true that people keep blaming the engine for that. Can they say that?
Yeah.
Is it legit the engine?
It's the engine. if OpenMW can make modding capable and easy, then Bethesda just needs to get off their high horse and do it. But that's not the point of this video.
Anyway, so engine and bugs.
We both gave it a 10.
We both gave it a 10 because what the hell? It's practically no bugs. I don't remember a single bug playing it.
I never ran into a single bug either.
And the engine, it's Dark Souls.
Yeah, it ran smoothly the entire freaking time.
I don't remember even any FPS drops. So
well, no, that's not true. The Blightownish area, when you first go down, there's like half a millisecond where the frames drop a little bit, Dave.
Which Blighttown area?
The area that's the gutter when you first fall into it.
Oh, the gutter. Yeah. Well,
a little bit.
I have an FPS counter. I didn't have any issues.
Well, just as you're transitioning for like a millisecond. That was it.
I didn't have any issues.
Shut up, Dave.
I have a much better graphics card than you. That's probably why.
But yet I still only had that one little blip. That was it. The game actually ran freaking like butter.
I think in some actually runs better than Dark Souls 1.
Well, gee, Dave. Why would that be? Could it be because Dark Souls 1 was a crappy PC port?
Oh, what could that be? Could also Dark Souls 2 be a crappy PC port that came out a month after the consoles?
Yeah, but it was actually done better. A lot better. You didn't need mods to fix it like you do with Dark Souls 1. Go ahead, play Dark Souls 1 without mods on PC. You do it. You go with your big bad selves.
It's doable. It's just not doable. Recommended.
Yeah. Or playing it on console.
So, crap, what the hell did I give it?
Your total score was 91.
Me, Dave, gave it 91.
And I gave it a 90.
So that means the lingering score is
90.5 out of 100, or just 90 out of 100. For as much flack as I give this freaking game, it's still pretty solid. So as much as I might loathe lots of aspects of the game, I'm biased here. It's a pretty solid game.
Pretty solid. Pretty solid.
So we recommend it.
We strongly recommend it if you like Dark Souls games.
I really don't recommend Scholar of the First Sin Edition. I recommend you buy the game with all the DLC separately, but that's just me.
Or if you buy Scholar of the First Edition, you get the DLCs.
Yeah, but if you buy Scholar of the First Sin, things are in different places. There's different enemy placements.
That is true. This is a sort of review of Dark Souls, not Dark Souls Scholar of the First Sin, just to point that out.
Scholar of the First Sin I wouldn't give any points to. Anyway. Screw you, FromSoft.
You know we're going to buy that, right? During the Steam
Shut up, Dave.
Going to buy the upgrade or whatever it was.
Just buy the DLC, man.
But might as well just buy the... I think
Shut up,
if
Dave.
you buy the 3 DLCs, you get the upgrade. There's practically no point. Anyway, thank you for watching this review. I hope you found it useful. Please give any recommendations for future reviews in the comments below. And your own reviews also in the comments below.
Yes, tell us your overall score. If you gave it a 0 out of 100, you better have a freaking good explanation.
Like, you died, or something like that.
Like your computer was hacked, or some crazy crap.
Anyway, thank you for watching, and we will see you in the next catch-up.
Oh, yeah.